viewers, the men's singles semi-finals will be commencing very, very shortly. Commence the men's semi-finals here at the Imperial Hotel here in Blackpool. This is the 2018 World Championships, and these two players are very shortly going to play for the leg. And the referee on this table is going to be Sasha Gauci of Malta. Before this match commences. So here we go, the 2018 World Championships men's individual semi-finals promises to be a big shootout. Sort of the number 1 and 2 seeds have made it through to respective semi-finals. And I've got the pleasure of commentating for you between Josh Kane from England, he's a qualifier, and Phil Harrison, the number 2 seed from England. And our referee is Sasha Gauci from Malta. He's an international referee who comes across for these World Championships. So I'm looking forward to a great match. The match is the best of 19 frames, so it's going to be a race to 10. So we're going to have a feast of pool between these two players. I'm sure we're going to see some exciting pot outs. So break number 1 by Josh Kane. Red ball has disappeared. So he's got 1 red off the break. And it looks like a yellow is missing as well. So there's a red and a yellow off the break for Josh Kane. And they're very well spread. So Phil Phil Harrison is no stranger to these semi-finals. He's won the actual world title twice, and he's looking for number 3. Of course, on the other side of the draw, we've got the current world champion and 4 times champion Mick Hill playing Eddie Baker, playing the number 7 seed. So let's see how Josh Kane adopts to the pressure of live stream. And the pressure of playing the number 2 seed in the semi-final of the World Championships for 2018. Josh Kane. Very authoritative demeanour about the table. It's a nice promotion of 2 balls towards the pockets. So he wasn't able to see his way to dishing off that break, even though he potted a ball from each colour. So now it's Phil Harrison, just to see what he can do in this first frame. I guess each player would love to get off to a good start. It's very important to build your confidence. As, I think every time you restart a match, you like to feel that your game is there for you. And just a little side note, you saw the referee tap the table there. That's for the sake of Phil Harrison to know that he's only got 30 seconds to go. Those of you that have been watching this game for many years will know that Phil has a slight hearing impairment. So it's just a sporting tap on the table for him to know that he's still got 30 seconds to play. Because how it works is each player has 60 seconds to play their shot. After 30 seconds, the referee normally announces 30 seconds to play. So Phil, navigating around the table, trying to loosen up, get into a bit of a rhythm. Moves fairly quickly around the table. So Phil's on the red balls. He's not too concerned about covering pockets, and he's played that beautifully. He's promoted that red. It was the only red that wasn't pottable, and it certainly is now, as you can see. We'll run that red into the middle pocket, and then he'll be on those last 2 reds down the end and make his way onto the black somehow. Phil Harrison, the number 2 seed. Already we've seen signs of his form. Of course, you can imagine that at these World Championships, for these 2 players to reach the stage, they must have knocked out some big scalps, and we'll have a look at some of those scalps as we get a chance. Nice controlled shot into the middle. So he's looking at where he needs to finish with the white after he pots that red in the top left hand corner of the table. And big cheerio wherever you're watching the world, viewers. Great to have your company. It's Joe Fanto in commentary. It's a nice pot. And he just did that so easily. So he's got a nice run through on this red in the middle pocket. And then he'll look to pot that black in the left middle pocket. No mistake there. Phil Harrison, the number 2 seed, takes a 1-0 lead against Josh Kane of England, who came through the qualifiers and has done a magnificent job to make this semi-final of the World Championships. So let's just see if we can find out how they made their way through to these to this semi-final. So Josh Kane, he beat Sean Chipperfield in the quarterfinal, beat him 9-6, and Phil Harrison defeated Mike King of England 9-3. So it's a fairly convincing win for Phil Harrison. In the round of last 16, we see that Phil Harrison defeated David Rothwell of Australia, who was playing very well up until that point. He defeated him 8-3. And Josh Kane defeated Rob Warren of England 8-6. So we're nearly ready for this frame to get underway. Phil Harrison to break. It's the second frame of this men's individual semi-final. Breaking from the left of the balk, but straight into the head ball. Unfortunately, he's lost the white with the yellow. So that's going to be a turnover of the table to Josh Kane, who comes in with one shot from behind the D, from behind the balk line. So it's not two shots, it's not a two-shot foul, it's just a turnover of the table, and you can place the white anywhere in the D, and it's an open table. So Josh Kane can go for any of the denominations here in the balls at this point in time. And of course, after Phil's break, they're all nicely spread. And it looks like he likes yellows, because he could have potted either one of the two denominations. Likes yellows. He's lining himself up for the next yellow in the middle. Top middle pocket. And he might hold his white for these two yellows that you can see close to each other. That will go into this bottom left-hand pocket. But I'm never sure with the way these top players can, play this game. They quite often I just like to make a suggestion, but sit back and watch. But yeah, at this stage he's played as predicted. Pleased with my prediction there. I managed to get that one right. I'm sure there'll be a few that I get wrong as we go along. And I'd say that once he pots these two into the bottom right hand pocket, he's going to take that yellow to the bottom left and clear all three at this end of the table, and leave himself nicely on that. Now would be a good, in fact he might even take it now, that because he's got such a good angle. No, he's not going to change his, yes, no. He may take that one in the middle. No, he's happy to stay with plan A. So he's going to take that one in the middle now, because that last yellow to the bottom right will be perfect for getting position on the black in the bottom left. So this is Josh Kane at the table at the moment on the yellow balls. It's a nice pot, and everything going according to plan so far in this break for Josh Kane. He'd be pretty pleased, because he wants a good start against the number 2 seed in Phil Harrison. So he's just off the cushion, got a nice clean yeah, not too much trouble there. And Josh Kane levels the score at 1-1 after 2 frames in this men's individual semi-final. Josh Kane 1, Phil Harrison 1, as the referee takes control to rack the balls for the 3rd frame in this match. So this is Sasha Gauchi racking these balls. Careful to try and make sure that every ball is touching. And now it's going to be Josh Kane to break after he's won that frame. I'm sure he's happy about that. Looks like he's aiming to break on the second ball. on that second yellow in the pack, but he's got a dry break. No, a yellow seems to have disappeared. There's only 6 yellows on the table. No, there's 7. I'm not seeing the one in the bottom of the screen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, and all the reds are intact. So it's back to Phil Harrison. So Phil's the number 2 seed, won this championship twice. And he just plays into the pack. He's not making commitment here, just playing a defensive shot, and it's going to be fairly difficult to pot a ball from there. It'd be fairly ambitious if you and of course he's going to return the compliment and just playing close in Josh Kane. He's just touch those balls and you can see where he's left it. So he said, whatever you can do, Phil, I can do just as good. So that's Phil that started. He's having a look to see if that yellow is touching the cushion, see if it's frozen. Just to see that because if it does decide to play that yellow, a ball has to hit the cushion. So we've got to make sure that after hitting the yellow, the white ball touches the cushion there. If he just plays a soft shot, because you can definitely see that the white ball is just a fraction off the cushion. So I just hit and run, and no balls have been potted yet. It's still an open table for the incoming player. So Phil Harrison started the soft game, then Josh Kane. Now Phil Harrison has played out, so it must be Josh Kane's shot again. Will he try and plant this yellow to the bottom left hand corner?
30 seconds.
There's also red that he can play past the black. Red ball to the bottom left hand corner. That's a lovely shot to start his break. His wife was expecting to hit something on the way through there and hoping to disturb and get a result. Instead he's gone right through and left himself on the walk on the back cushion. And a long shot to try and put something from there. So he's got that shot on the red to the right of the table that he can run down to the pocket here. The right corner pocket.
30 seconds.
Presence and demeanour about the table as Josh Kane.
Yellow horse in play.
Just set that up. Hold that pocket.
30 seconds.
Harrison, I would probably say, he's got a less confronting demeanour, nice casual, but looks like the sort of guy who lets it cue to the top. As we saw in that last clearance in the first frame. He's played this really soft to cover the black. So of course this is a 2018 World Championships men's individual semi-final that you're watching if you've just joined us, wherever you might be watching around the world, viewers. This is Joe Fanto, President of the World Outlaw Crew Federation. It has the pleasure of bringing you some commentary in these matches. And of course, you can enjoy a feast of pool today, all day today, and tomorrow's the last day. Tomorrow will be the grand final day for this individual event and the ladies' individual event and team events as well. Phil Harrison, the number 2 seed, and he's won this World Championship twice. So he looks like he might try and double this yellow back. There's the black. Played it nice and soft. He's underhit that one. Now these tables are quite fast, and so they're probably starting to slow down a bit now, being so far into the tournament. These matches started way back on Wednesday of last week, where we had the men's singles qualifiers, and then there's been a big Masters tournament on the weekend, and of course the opening ceremony of all the team players arrived, and team events started on the Sunday evening, and now well advanced into the tournament, and everything concludes tomorrow evening with presentation night. But between now and then, viewers, stay tuned, because you've got lots of top 8 that will be watched. So a little bit of toing and froing here. So there's a cluster of balls in there, so just about take someone to go through them with the cue and break them up. So that feels on the yellows. Of course, we saw the opponent give him 2 shots, because that's why Phil's lining up again, because he wanted to take that yellow away from that black. So Phil's going to put it back. That's exactly what he's going to do. In fact, I thought he was going to clip the black and it was going to go in, but instead it's just stayed out. It's not ideal position to be trying to cover that pocket, because you can see there's plenty of room for other balls to go past there. Anyway, let's see what Josh Kane can do here. So, for the sake of the viewers, these World Championships, they're the 26th World Championship now. They all started way back in 1992. Australia, New Zealand and England decided that it would be good if we had a world body and a World Championship. Didn't take long for it to grow. Of course, in Australia this game is very, very popular, as it is in many other countries. The African nations, in France, all of the UK, of course, and these World Championships play a big part in the motivation and the motivation of getting the Australian players to these championships. But it's a big draw card in motivating the players to want to make the Australian titles, to be able to play for their state, and then to attend the nationals and be selected in the Australian team. It's quite an honour to be putting on the coat of arms representing Australia, so it's the ultimate for all the elite players in Australia. And Australia, of course, has won its fair share of titles, along with Morocco of the African countries comes to mind. That's a great shot by Josh Kane. It's pretty spectacular to bang that through and into that top left-hand pocket. So I need to do a bit of work here, and we'll need to see a few more spectacular shots like that. And of course, not just the pot, but break into the pack here to get that red out. He looks like he wants to take off, does Josh Kane. Have a go, so to speak. At the moment he's a little bit restricted where the balls are. He's queuing down on that white. Yeah, trying to just had to nudge his right to the left a bit to make sure that pot went in. It's a very good shot. He's trying to see how that's going to break out if he plays into those balls, because you can see that red's tied up. Josh Kane. So he's played that red into the middle pocket, broke into those that pack of balls, and really tried to create something. You like watching these players because they try and put a pot out from nowhere, and although it's still difficult, he's still at the table. And while players like this are still at the table, there's a chance that you're going to see the balls disappear. So he's lining them all up. So that red that he's got on goes in the top right hand corner, which you can see him looking. That's a perfect camera angle for you to see where he was looking. So he's going to be looking to pop that. Tried to play that with a lot more control. Unfortunately, didn't quite get the direction he needed. So he's got to have a sit down for a little while and give Phil Harrison the opportunity. You'll have to excuse me, I've managed to catch a little bit of a cold here in Blackpool, even though we've had sunny weather. Time when I'm gasping for a drink of water. So Phil Harrison has got the opportunity here to make something happen in this third frame at the expense of Josh Kane having a go and breaking a few balls. But Phil's playing fairly conservative. He's playing a very calculated match today. So you can see he's set up his two balls over this pocket and he's left a snooker on. So flat white, Josh Kane tries to snooker there. And he's done really well to get out of that snooker and hit that red. He nearly snookered right back, which would have been a very difficult shot, but didn't quite come off. But it was certainly a good effort. Harrison. And this be number 3 for Phil Harrison this year, titled number 3. Still got a way to catch up to McHugh. He has 4 titles. Phil's going to take one of these balls over the pocket. He's going to play the plant. No, he's just played gently off and he's playing very conservative. But as you saw in the first frame, he can certainly clear the balls when they're there. So don't let these few safety shots that he's playing fool you. And Josh Kane's played another deliberate foul. He doesn't like players covering pockets. And you can see that by leaving him in this situation, he's trying to force him to get that yellow out of there. So he's played that right to the end and he's got it out of there and potted it, so it means he's still got 2 shots. He's looking at how those. That looks dangerous if he plays that shot that he just looked at then. It may put the red into the middle. No, he's managed to play it and break the balls up, and the red has stayed up. And of course these three yellows are now very potable. That big first pot by Phil Harrison in this break, has set himself up. And I guess Josh Kane's got to be asking himself, do I keep playing these deliberate fouls when I'm playing a guy like Phil Harrison? And he's making it look so easy. And Phil Harrison, the number 2 seed. And that's why he's the number 2 seed, because he makes these sort of outs look very, very easy as he rocks up to the table and pots the black to win the second frame and lead this semi-final 2-1 against Josh Kane. Coming to you from the Imperial Hotel here in Blackpool, England, 2018 World Championships Men's Individual Semi-Final. These championships all started way back in 1992, where we set up the World Open Pool Federation, and been playing World Championships ever since. We've managed to play 26. Been playing in England all this time, of course. Very convenient for the UK countries and for the African countries to come to and find reasonable accommodation here in Blackpool. So Phil Harrison slapping the table there. So Phil Harrison's been given the ball to break. Now it's showing Josh Kane at the moment, but that's still the end of the last frame. I'm sure it'll change soon. So it's Phil Harrison breaking, and it looks like a dry break. A red ball has been potted. So what will he take? Reds or yellows? For me, they're all potable. Either one of these players I'm sure could dish out here. We'll see how Phil Harrison goes. So he's played back just slightly, and we'll probably take that red to the top right hand corner. As the table lies on camera. That's correct now. Phil Harrison broke this match. You can see the white ball that's just gone, been placed next to Phil Harrison's name. That indicates that Phil Harrison just broke in this frame. So he's having a good look here. Done that well. Would have liked to have been in better position for that one, but he certainly made amends. And he's got, from here it looks like he's got that red into the top right hand pocket. He's allowed his opponent to come to the table, and I think Josh Kane will be pleased to be able to do that, the way the balls were lying. He may not have expected to get a chance to come to the table, and he's coming to the table with a reasonably good spread as well. that red covering that top right hand pocket for that yellow to go in there. But Josh would still give himself a good chance of putting out here. I'm sure he thinks he can pot out. Body language tells me that he thinks he can. He's noticed there's a big pocket up there with that red, so it's an opportunity, one, to pot this ball, and two, to get that red out and make it easier to pot those yellows that are in that right part of the table down there. So I think you're going to see this yellow go crashing down and try and move red and pot. There we go. There we go. That's perfectly executed. And all three of those yellows, I believe, are pottable now. In that, no, not quite, but not into this bottom right-hand pocket. But okay, the yellow that's been covered by the red will go in the opposite pocket, though. But yeah, it's great play by Josh. He tries to be very creative. It's very exciting to watch. So he's cleared another yellow. Only three left. He'll probably take the yellow into the top right hand corner now as the table lies on the screen. That's the one he's taking now, and he's going to probably slide across to the opposite side of the table for trying to clear those last two balls. So that's the way that he can pot that yellow that's been covered by the red into the top right. He's going to pot it into the top left by getting on that side of the table. Now, what angle does he have on the other yellow? Because if he takes that first yellow, that yellow nearest the cushion to the top left, it's going to get caught on the red. He tries to come back, so he's going to take this other yellow first. It's a beautiful shot. He's followed straight through and left himself in perfect position for this yellow in the top left. And of course now we're going to see a big shot to try and finish on this black. Certainly has no fear to take these shots on. Not only does he have no fear, but he's obviously been playing these shots exceptionally well to reach this stage of the 2018 World Championships men's individual semi-final, and he's got caught on the red. I'm sure he was hoping to come the other side of that. It's a little hiccup there for Josh Kane. He would have been looking to avoid that red. He wasn't expecting that. So now we're going to see a different part of his game. He's got to get out of this snooker. He's still looking at what he needs to do to pot the ball. So does that mean he's going to try off the cushion, try and hit the right part of the cushion to come off the cushion and pot that black? So he's taking aim. He's had a good look at it. Gives it every chance. He hits it firm, but unfortunately he misses everything. And now that's going to let Phil Harrison in to clear these four reds with two shots. So you won't see Phil Harrison stressing too much here. We'll just clinically get on with potting these four reds. As easy as you like. right to the last ball in the bottom left. There we go. And don't forget, of course, he's got 2 shots. So this is Bill Harrison clinically putting these last 4 balls, and he still has 2 shots on black, which you can see there's a nice, relatively easy flag into the middle pocket, and Phil Harrison takes a 3-1 lead against Josh Kane in this men's individual semi-final here at the 2018 World Championships, coming to you from the Imperial Hotel, Blackpool, England. So this is Joe Fanto in commentary. Pleasure to be bringing this to you. Anybody who's just joined us, welcome. Wherever you are in the world, I'm sure we still would have a few viewers in Australia. Time's getting on, but still not bedtime for everybody. And we can see that Sasha Gauchi is racking the balls up. Seems to be done. Just having a good look at that to see if they look straight. I'll leave it to his judgment. Eyes can be deceiving with the glare of the screen. I won't pass comment on, but they look quite good. Quite spectacular the way we rack the balls. Red and yellow. You can see the distinct way that they're racked. I believe it's a EPA Referees Association guideline that the 2 reds to be at the head of the triangle, and you see the 2 yellows, they're next to each other, the back of the triangle in that position. And if you look in the middle from the top, you'll see that there's a yellow J taking off from the 3rd ball down on the right that goes around to the 2nd ball in on the left side of the triangle. So Josh Kane, who'll be looking to pot and dish here. He's a very aggressive player, nice to watch, but unfortunately he's just missed a couple of those frames where he's tried to make something not out of nothing, because he's obviously seen something there, and that's why he's tried to go for it, but something, he just fell at the last hurdle in that last frame. He just snookered himself trying to get onto the black, and from here it looks like it's a dry table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, red ball is missing. 1 red ball is missing on stock take, but they're hitting him so hard that I'm missing the ball disappearing sometimes. And of course with these breaks, the balls are always wide open. So what's Josh going to go for? Is he going to stick to the reds, where he's potted a ball? Or does he prefer the yellows? So he's potted the reds, which means there's only 5 left. He's got these 2 reds that'll pot in this bottom right hand pocket. That's nicely done, where he puts that ball into the top left hand corner and just slides back past the red, that he can put it back into the same pocket. I guess what he needs to work out is how he's going to pot that red, which is close to the yellow on that left cushion. So he's just played a well controlled shot there. see Josh Kane tries to win a lot of his frames by getting the jump on his opponents and creating a break where a lot of players possibly don't see, making a clearance where a lot of players don't see, and that's exactly the situation there. He's beautifully broken that ball out, so he's certainly got the clearance here now, and this is off the break. So we're hoping that things are starting to happen for him now, and the way those 3 balls that he's got a potter left, like the 2 reds and the black, you wouldn't think there's any danger of snooping himself on this occasion. So that's nicely done into the middle. So around the table, another good look at it, working out how he's going to get back on the black. That he probably would have liked to have gone a bit further, but shouldn't be too much trouble for a player of the calibre of Josh Kane. He'll be looking to pot that ball in the top left hand corner. So Josh Kane makes the dish off the break, that was. So Josh Kane, 2 frames, Phil Harrison 3. So Phil Harrison, the number 2 seed, still leads this match 3-5. 3-2, sorry. 5 frames I meant, after 5 frames. It's 3-2 in the best of 19. And Sasha Gauci from Malta. The referee is setting the balls in the triangle. These championships are moving right along. We're at the business end with all the finals being played off now. So Josh Kane had a good 8-4 win against Patrick O'Leary in the round of last 32. So it's a break from Phil Harrison now, and the referee's looking for a white ball, so he wouldn't be happy because it's a big spread. Josh Kane would be planning how he's going to negotiate potting all of the reds or yellows. I think reds might be the favourite. They're all off the cushion, and there's one covering a pocket. And of course that's on the end of the table. He's not too worried about the end being over the pocket. He's going to take that one first and play end to end, starting the top end of the table there at the balk end. So he's going to take that red into the top left hand corner, I would say, and has a good look at where he wants to finish in order to pot that next red into the middle pocket, middle right, bridging a little bit high. It's not a problem. Having a good look where he wants to finish for the next group of reds. I would think that he should be able to stun back a bit. Yeah, he's playing with bottom, so he's going to stay on that red in the middle. But I suspect he'll pot that in the top left-hand corner. Nice and straight. Looking to see where he wants to finish. I think he'll keep potting in sequence of where the balls are on the table. Not sure whether he'll take the nearest red in the middle, in the bottom left, or whether he's going to take this red on the right into the bottom right hand corner. He's going to take that one. That's the one that he's going to be able to screw back on. he's just going to run through. So he's playing to positioning to play that red into the middle, and then he'll leave himself tidily on this red in the bottom left-hand pocket, which, and of course you can see where the black ball is, the 8 ball. It's at that end of the table, and that goes in the opposite pocket. So Josh Kane so far looking very clinical in this break, or in this in potting this sequence of these balls after Phil Harrison had a dry break, and in fact went it off. So it was a turnover of the table. Doesn't matter which way you look at it. Josh Kane makes no mistake with that pot. And Josh Kane levels the score at 3-all against Phil Harrison. Both these players from England. Difference is Josh Kane came through the qualifiers. Phil Harrison is the number 2 seed. Certainly not playing like a player that's come through the qualifiers. He's playing like a player who come through the qualifiers in great form to have made the semi-finals of these 2018 World Championships men's individual event. He's certainly going to be a player to look out for in the future. If not, and of course in these World Championships he's well and truly still in this match against the number 2 seed. And he's breaking just to the side of just to the right side of the middle and hitting the head ball. Sorry, I'm hit back on the front red. Got a very good reaction. There is a yellow missing and there's a red ball missing. So he's got choice, and a ball of each potted. I think he might go for yellows. Although we've got the yellow tied up to the black there. I think it's not much difference between the two. Whatever you feel more comfortable with, where you think you're going to be able to break out the balls that are slightly tied up. Maybe yellows might be better because you've got balls near the ones that are tied up that you can pot and at the same time use them to promote those balls that are might look like there's a little bit of an issue. And that's what he's going for. And in fact, he tried to promote straight away. He's got on with business of trying to promote that yellow next to the black with that pot. That's what I mean. Most of the time when Josh is at the table, things are happening. He's probably even just looking at how that yellow probably goes off the red. Play a cannon shot off the red. So certainly no lack of imagination by Josh Kane. And might have even been looking at how this yellow closest to white even goes in the middle, but at the moment I think he's playing it to that pocket there, bottom right. He's played that really nicely. Just beautiful, smooth cueing action, straight through the white ball. And you can see the view that he has of the table from where the white is. I think he'll be looking at. He keeps looking at this yellow next to the black, and he's going to play it now by the looks. Probably playing a double. But it's not quite there. Surprised because there were balls on up the other end of the table. There was that yellow to the top left. But I guess he figured it was a good time to get a clean shot at it and try and do something with it. and also had the insurance that that red was tied up with the yellow close to it there on the top left hand cushion. So Phil Harrison, he had a couple of frame lead, but that was only brief, and I'm sure he's not surprised. He knows that he's got a fight on his hands today with this very talented player in Josh Kane. So Josh is on yellows here. He's taking that yellow that's in the clear, trying to put in the right hand pocket. So Phil Harrison has probably got all these balls potable, but except the one that's close to the yellow there. What's he going to do? Is he going to try and promote that red? No, I don't think so, because we're promoting the red. He's going to open it all up for Josh as well. So he's just been warned that it's 30 seconds. That was that referee tap of the table again. So that red into the middle. Seed seems to be going pretty well. And of course, we've got the number 2 seed on this table. I guess it's the organisers' dream to have the number 1 and 2 seeds come through. Speaking of organisers, this is a WPF live stream, and it's produced by Yvonne Armitage, the production manager, with assistance of Stan Grant. What a great job she's done. Josh Kane trying to look very authoritative as he goes around the table. On the yellows, taking that yellow to the top right. He's missed that pot. It's an unusual miss, so I'm disappointed with that. But that red and yellow haven't been disturbed, those two that are close together haven't been disturbed for the whole frame. It's going to be interesting to see when that happens. He's coming across, so it's not a bad defensive shot there, because he's finished up with the white sitting on the red, so it's a very awkward bridge. Black's in the way to make it a little bit awkward to get past, but yellow is potable in the middle, I believe, from where he is, if he can get the right bridge here, but it's very difficult. He's got a high bridge. Yeah, I think Josh is just regaining his composure. He stepped back from the table. Maybe he's asking for a bit of time, possibly on the other table, that there must be player playing a shot. So yes, I've just got a little bit of time out. I'd say it's probably time running again. Referee Sasha Gauchi for this table. He's played that very nicely. The awkward bridge didn't bother him at all. about what he's going to do with that yellow that's close to the red. He may not even be bothered, he may just go for a double. He's left himself a nice angle to break into the red and the yellow. He can put that yellow into the top right hand pocket and then the white will come off. He's actually addressing that yellow now. That's how he loves that double. He obviously saw that double and fancied it, so he set himself up on it, just stepped up, and as easy as you like, bang into the middle pocket. Josh Kane had to come all the way through the qualifiers to reach this semi-final. Certainly doesn't look like a qualifier. Now, yellow into the top pocket. So he's got to try and get position on this black. In the 8 ball. He's looking to come right side of the table as we look at it on screen, to put that black in the bottom left hand corner, I suspect. So let's see what he does. He's probably got to put some work on the white. Yep, he's put some he's come too far. I think he's come too far. Unfortunately, that's the second time he's lost his position on black. He wouldn't be happy. But still at the moment he's 3-all with Phil Harrison. Will he attempt to play this black with a bit of swerve? I don't think it's a foul. I don't think it's a total snooker. I reckon he can hit some of the right side of the black. He runs through it, but he's looking at it from playing off the cushion, potting it into the middle. So he's looking at playing the white off the cushion on the left. There you go, lining up now. And just like that, he nearly smashed that black into the middle pocket. In fact, if he had played it slower, I suspect there's a good chance that that would have potted. Once it smelt the lip of that pocket, I think if it was played slower, it would have had every chance of going in. But now it's Phil Harrison. No point in looking at what might have been. Phil Harrison has the opportunity to just get his nose in front again, but he certainly knows he's got a fight on his hands. So, nice steady pot, top right hand corner. He's either got a plant on that nearest red to the white, to the red over the pocket, or he may just take it directly, which I think he's doing. So he's done that, and he's got the plant, not the plant, he's got the pot on the red to the top left hand pocket. And his white will come out for red in the middle and then red in the bottom left hand pocket, and maybe black either to the middle or to the top right hand. But I don't want to confuse you. Let's just sit back and enjoy the action here by Phil Harrison, the number 2 seed, and both these players from England. So we just saw Josh Kane have a go at potting up and missing his position on the black. Phil Harrison certainly doesn't miss that position. He's played it beautifully. He's on that red into the middle, although he might have tried, I'm sure he would have liked to have been a bit straighter. So what that means is going to take that red bottom left first, and he knows exactly where that white's going. Now, how's that for position? Makes no mistake to get down on the table. Takes the red. And Phil Harrison, when he goes for his clearances, it just looks so easy, so smooth. Phil Harrison, the number 2 seed, takes a 4-3 lead against Josh Kane. So this is Sasha Gauci, the referee again, down on the job to rack up the balls. This match is being played under World April Pool Federation rules. Some people refer to it as two-shot rules. Some people refer to it as English pool. But officially we call it the World April Pool Federation rules. The rules come under review every 5 years, just in case there's any changes that we believe are worthwhile to try and improve the game. At the moment we're going to be going through that stage over the next couple of years where our member countries have been invited to put submissions of any worthwhile changes they think that can be put. We certainly don't want change for the sake of change. They need to be in by the 28th of February and they'll be considered at next year's annual general meeting in June 2019. But they will not take effect until the 1st of January 2020 if we decide to make any change. And we just saw Phil Harrison break there, and a ball has been potted. I saw a ball disappear in the middle pocket, and it looks like it was a red ball because all the yellows are still on the table, and there's one red ball missing. Okay, very interesting. Down the bottom right you'll see that there's a red and a yellow together, so red and yellow red might not be the choice, and on the left you'll see red being prevented by about 3 balls there from going to the bottom left hand pocket, so I think yellow will be the denomination of choice. But don't ask me, let's ask Phil Harrison, number 2 seed, who just broke those balls. He agrees. Yellows it is. It's certainly a pleasure being able to commentate and certainly have one of the best views in the house. A nice big screen in front of me, watching all the action, seeing it as you see it at home. I'm trying to call it for you. Big cheerio wherever you're watching around the world. It's brilliant to have you with us for the 2018 World Championships, the men's individual semi-final. These championships are put on by the English Pool Association here in England, overseen by the World 8-Ball Pool Federation, sanctioned by the World 8-Ball Pool Federation. It's Josh Kane, one of the big qualifiers of this tournament, and what a shot. It's a brilliant shot, did not touch anything. He may have even been trying to play that off cushion and yellow to clear that pocket. But he's got some big shots in that artillery of his. Very exciting to watch. And I'm sure before these 19 frames are out, or before a player hits 10 frames, we're going to see plenty more. So don't leave your screens if you love pool. You've got a 2 times world champion, and I'm sure it's an up-and-coming star in Josh Haynes. There is no way you make this semi-final if you're not brilliant at your craft. So Phil Harrison, much more conservative approach there, more conventional, just touches those balls, and that's Josh. Have a look and see, because Phil Harrison can see that the way the balls are, he doesn't think there's anybody on the planet that's going to clear from there on the reds. The way Josh struts around, you never know. Slow shot towards that pocket. It's a lovely shot. So he's just showed us that he can play those slower controlled shots as well. Delicately played that ball to cover the pocket there. It's going to be difficult for Phil to get into that yellow. gets the rail. Probably trying to find 2 shots for himself somewhere. Maybe trying to see if he can lead Josh into an error. In the other match, it's Mick Hill. He's taking a 6-1 lead against Eddie Baker. Not quite the comfort that the number 2 seed has got here in his match against Josh Kane. So that looked like a foul to me there. Just trying to remember where I was just looking at the score. I apologise for that. I was just looking at the score in the other match for you. I had to move from screen. They played the shot. So let's see if Phil Harrison's won himself. I suspect he's won himself 2 shots here. He's certainly going to give 2 shots away. That's definitely 2 shots away, because Phil Harrison has played his yellows onto Josh Kane's reds and potted a red in order to take control of that bottom right hand pocket, where you'll see that Josh Kane has got a red being covered by yellows, and Josh Kane's got a red being covered by yellows here on the left of screen, near the bottom pocket. And that's what he's done first. He's moved that red, and now he's probably going to play that red inside the yellow in the bottom right hand pocket of screen. And of course, by doing that, if he's able to force this shot and pot the red, the way those yellows are sitting, he'll probably kick the red out and give himself an opportunity for an out. Let's see how he plays this. No, he didn't play this with force. He's just trying to no, that hasn't turned out the way he would have liked it. Maybe the shot I was talking about wasn't on. It might not have been a big enough gap to squeeze through. So that's Phil Harrison here. Just played a little conservative shot there. We've got you can see a great shot there from the project camera above. Whoops, I think that was a miscue. Straight into the middle pocket. Sasha Gauchi chasing Phil to give him the white ball. And of course that's a spotted white. It's a white that we brought into our game back in 2006. We had a sponsor that was looking at a pool game which played with a spotted white, and from a promotional aspect we brought it in. I believe it was already being used in some of the Q sports, but what it does is it allows you to see the reaction of the white. Quite exciting, because these players quite often put spin on the ball, and you can see after the shot's been played how the white is spinning to see what the player actually played on the ball. Okay, so Phil is a bit disappointed there with that he didn't give it a little bit more beef to pot that yellow. You saw him look up, and he's still annoyed with himself. Just stomped the side of his thigh, I think, with his fist. Not aggressively, of course. Can I play that snooker here? No, just playing that yellow down. Adding to the cavalry there. Position of strength, covering that pocket. Let's see what Josh does. He's not going to smash. Just looking at something. Got some sort of an idea playing around in his head. I'm not going to try and pick it. Okay, he's on that conservative shots I've seen Josh Kane play today. So Phil Harrison, what's he going to do? These 5 balls here are going to have to be unscrambled sooner or later, because nobody's going to win the frame like that. Of course, yellows have got to be favourite the way the balls are, but you never know. There is a way of getting in and breaking that red off the cushion. The red nearest the cushion, you can get in behind, break it off, and into the other red and get it out. But you've got to try and make sure that in the meantime you don't sneak the yellow in off into the pocket. But let's see how these players make it all happen. So yellow ball potted down there to make sure that nothing, his vest doesn't touch the. That was a fair shot because the yellow wasn't touching a cushion. He's come off the rail into the yellow. A legitimate shot. The balls have hit the cushion. So Josh Kane. It's a lovely shot by Josh. Just sneak off that red, cannon into the other one. So what have we got installed here? It looks like something brewing. just more congestion. More congestion. Not even going to try and call this or predict. I'm just going to let the experts let it unfold, and we'll see how they play it. My head finds it a little bit too hard to think about these type of frames. Phil Harrison on the yellow balls has certainly got that pocket covered, but Josh has been playing the strategy of bringing these reds in and then putting a black behind it. So I guess the idea there is that if you start smashing them and the yellows get out the way, the reds are going to take over the fort or the pocket, and the black's going to be behind it, and then all of a sudden the reds have got the advantage. Must be something to do with that. But I think I'll just sit back and enjoy it, not try and think it too hard. Otherwise it might hurt. There we go. That's a hit on the reds. And that white's gone in there, nothing has happened in terms of potting anything. That's amazing. Amazing the way the balls can go sometimes. So that looks like Phil Harris's hand there now. Of course he's on yellows. Wow. What a shot. It's great camera work there. So this is WPF live stream, brought to you by the producer Yvonne Armitage, assistance from Stan Grant. Okay, he's just played off the reds. That was Josh Kane that would have just played off the reds. Bit of jostling here and toing and froing. I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen here. Can I afford to take my eyes off for a minute to see the score in the other game? It's Mick Hill going from strength to strength. He's 7-1 up now. And of course he's playing Eddie Baker. But it's quite a close, intriguing match here in this men's individual semi-final between Phil Harrison and Josh Kane. It's Phil Harrison 4-3 up on Josh Kane. Phil Harrison looks like he's trying to force an error here from Josh Kane, because he's left the ball tight. Okay, so Josh has been happy to give away 2 shots this time. He's actually played into the red, and you would have seen that a yellow ball fell in to the pocket. but Phil still can't get to that yellow. So that was now I would say that was Phil Harrison that might have given a deliberate 2 shots in order to, because that was played off the reds and got the black out. So I might like a shot at who the player at the table is at the moment. We can go back to normal screen. And that's a shot into the pack. Lovely shot, but nothing potted. It's Phil Harrison that's on yellows. Doesn't look like that white fits between that red and the cushion to play yellows, but it certainly does on the other side. So they might be trying to go yellows up the table. There we go. It does work from there. So we can play a shot into this off the cush into the yellow, clear the reds out, and I'd say there we go. That's picture perfect. All the reds came out together and still left the yellow over the bottom right hand pocket. And it's quite clearly Phil Harrison that must be playing these shots, even though we can't see him. And now he's going to be on the black and the opportunity to take a 5-3 lead. So he's quickly to the table. And Phil Harrison takes a 5-3 lead in this match against Josh Kane in this men's individual semi-final, as he puts his cue on the table, which the referee quickly takes it off and starts to rack the balls. He's got that black cloth to protect the table, and pulling out a few balls at a time, putting in the triangle. That's a lovely butt of the cue. I'd say that one must be Josh Kane's. So now the referee's hastening to get the balls set up. So this match is a race to 10, 19 frames. There's still plenty of action, and I'm sure there's going to be some more twists and turns in the match. Josh Kane, I'm sure, is not going to lie down. He's got an excellent demeanour around the table, which to me sends a message out that he's not lying down. He's very assertive, but of course Phil Harrison, cool, calm and collective, and great analysis of the game, knew exactly what to do in that situation where his balls were had that pocket covered, and then all those 3 reds were coming in to surround him, and the black got thrown in there as well, and he managed to negotiate and sort out how to make it all happen. Made it very difficult for his opponent and kind of forced his opponent to play a foul shot by the looks, and then was in a commanding position to do what he needed to do to get the balls clear. So I think we're waiting for the players to come back. These championships are coming to a conclusion. This is the second to last day. We're playing semi-finals at the moment. There'll be finals tomorrow. going to be live stream all day and night today, so it's a big day of live streaming. And then of course tomorrow will be the big finals. So you watch all the players and teams vying off for the actual world title in their respective events, whether it be individual or team. So some great pool, as we've seen in this match already as well. And Mick Hill is waltzing along at 8-1 against Eddie Barker. But here we've got Josh Kane about to break in the 9th frame. It's a big break as usual. I haven't spotted any balls flying down. Yellows appears, oh no, yellows, yeah, no, all balls are there, black is there, white's still on the table, nothing potted. Open table. Open table would be the referee's call. So there's no need for the incoming player to make any nomination. He can just go for any ball here. And Phil Harrison is going for the yellow balls. Going for yellow balls. He's going to run this yellow down the rail to the bottom right hand pocket. Well, I think I'd like to have played that a little bit better. Shot looked a bit rusty. So Josh Kane, is he still fired up? I'm sure he will be. These guys love their pool, and they've certainly mastered the art of playing the game. This red pocket, he's actually potted it, so there's no promotion, it's potted the red, which of course is his opponent's ball, so there's obviously never going to be a promotion. He's just decided to deliver a foul because he didn't like that ball there, because the black was heading there. But more importantly, he probably played that shot because it's preventing red balls going into that bottom left hand pocket, because the black is blocking them. Great shot down the table and potted. It's an excellent pot by Josh Kane. Of course, let's not forget he's got 2 shots here, so we'll keep track of that. Disturb those slightly so that it makes those reds potable into that bottom left hand pocket. Plenty of spectators looking on. Matches. Josh Kane, he's a qualifier. How would you like to run up against him as a qualifier? He's certainly taking it up to Phil Harrison. Phil Harrison's leading by 2 frames, but he hasn't had it all his own way at this stage. expecting to see another one of those clinical displays from Phil Harrison with these last 6 balls. And the black, and how he goes around, just slides around the table nice and beautifully, just with a little bit of side that he put on. Takes the white ball wide to avoid any trouble. Just finish up in a nice comfortable position for queuing to clean up these last 4 balls. And of course Sasha Gachi would be positioned well to make sure that none of these players are touching any of the balls with their sleeves. Of course it would be a foul if they did. So that ball obviously runs past the black, that's what he's taking now. Makes no mistake. Phil Harrison makes it just look so easy. Off the cushion to give himself easy bridging, easy queuing. Nice and soft, caressing that ball into the middle pocket. And the black goes down, and Phil Harrison, the number 2 seed, takes a 6-3 lead against Josh Kane, who's had to come through the qualifying rounds to be in this semi-final. What a great effort to be in the semi-final, but he'd be gaining plenty of experience from playing this guy in Phil Harrison. Josh is great to watch. He's always looking for an out and to make the frame for himself and to play some exciting pool, and he's just missing by a shot in those frames. Whereas Phil Harrison, very clinical, and you just saw how smoothly and easily he makes it look when he knows that the pot out is out. Very calculated, and of course he is a 2-time world champion, so you'd expect that from that calibre of player. And Sasha Gauchi is that calibre of referee. He's just set up the balls immaculately, all touching. See how good they look from this overhead shot. With the elegance of those 2 red balls at the front of the pack and the 2 yellows at the back. Then on the outside it's red, yellow, and the J forming. You can see the J as well quite clearly. Okay, so we've got a break from Phil Harrison now. From the left side, he's going to hit the head ball, and he's got a red, and I thought the white was going to follow the same pocket. Just avoided the in off. The 2 reds have been potted, no yellows. Phil Harrison, I don't know that he's going to like the reds. I think the reds are still better because reds have got command of that left bottom pocket there. So you're watching the 2018 World Championships, and this is the men's individual semi-final. Just one of, the other one is in progress between Phil Harris and Eddie Baker. Score there now is 9 frames to 2 to McHugh, of course. McHugh, 4 times world champion, the only player who won it 4 times. And he's in. So Phil Harrison has taken yellows. So he potted reds and nominated yellows. I'm glad to do that. So this might be an opportunity to kick that red out of there. He'll play that yellow into the cushion, onto the red. The yellow should pot, and the red should disappear from that area of the table. No, he's just playing very conservative. He's playing off the red just to cover that pocket. He's got plenty of patience. He's not trying to it's in the open, that black comes back into this bottom right hand corner, and it even goes into the middle left. So didn't seem to be much, but Phil Harrison's found an opportunity here for this frame. And it's a commanding lead if he takes a 7-3 lead, because big difference, 7-3 to 6-4. Let's see how Phil plays this. Absolutely beautifully. Left himself straight, pretty straight on that yellow to the top right hand corner, and then he'll leave himself, saw that beautiful camera work. He just stops that white, the yellow is, within a few inches, like so, and there we are. And Phil Harrison takes a commanding lead of 7-3 against Josh Kane here in this men's semi-final at the 2018 World Championships. This is best of 19 frames, so it's a race to 10. Phil Harrison's drawing closer to a berth in the grand final being played tomorrow here at the Imperial Hotel in Blackpool, England. Phil Harrison is the number 2 seed, and of course in the other semi-final I believe that the number 1 seed in McHugh is trouncing his way towards another final, and of course McHugh is aiming for number 5 world title. He's already won 4. Some wonderful players here at these World Championships this year, and it's a feast of pool that we're watching. Josh Kane has shown some great promise, and very creative in the way he tries to create an out when most of us wouldn't see it. But he's just missing by a shot or two, and a little bit of misfortune. So, but great to watch. Of course, that's Josh Kane's break there. And the red ball has disappeared. So red balls are potted, and I suspect he'll take reds too. All the yellows are still on the table, but reds with that red in the top left hand pocket covering, just soldiering over that top left hand pocket, and being in the open, it seems the obvious balls to take. And if you can play this ball, he's played that beautifully. He's just played that ball so, they're not easy shots, and it's made it look so easy, and played it so decisively. Pot and brought his white back down for trying to make something out of this clearance. Struggle to get those shots perfectly, but he's played that shot with such conviction. And he's playing a long plant to the long pot to the top left hand corner. She's played that beautifully as well, and of course promoted that red to the top right hand pocket. Looking to see where he's going to go here. He's got finished on that red, which is halfway up the table, over the middle pocket, near the cushion. So he's looking to run that red down to this other red near the bottom left hand pocket and pot. So he's playing what they call the plant here. I would say he's going to try and cannon this ball into the other red, but I believe here in England it's known as a plant. He's played that beautifully, and because he's got that other ball, the other red to pot to the bottom right, this red that he's left the way he has is fine. It's perfect. So I expect we're going to see Josh Kane go out here, but I don't want to put the mockers on him. It's a lovely shot. was a great clearance by Josh Kane, and he'll be pleased with that. It'll give him confidence. So he's within three frames of Phil, and hoping to get a run on. I think he's calling for a bit of a break. So we'll have a little bit of a pause in this match while Sasha Gauchi, the referee, I'm sure he'll take extra time picking up the balls. So it's all over in the other semi-final. Mick Hill defeated Baker 10-3. So Mick Hill is in another grand final and vying for another world title. He's 1-4. He's shooting for 5, and of course Phil Harrison is not there yet. He's still got 3 frames to go. And I can't see Josh Kane lying down. He's a very talented player. A lot of imagination and creativity with the game, which is great to see. And to have these players come along and try and find outs where a lot of us wouldn't see it, or create outs where a lot of us wouldn't see it. So in this tournament, both seeds was in the women's and the men's. Number 1 and 2 seed finished up into the semi-finals. Of course, in the women's, Amy Bierkamp was knocked out in a nail biter. Let's watch here. Harrison, I noticed a red ball potted. So yeah, the number 1 and 2 seed in both the men's and the women's have made it through. So just having a look down, just looked away there, and just that shot. So Phil Harrison broke, potted a ball, and looks like he's still deciding which way he's going to go. You can see this yellow ball is covering the reds, and he just got a 30-second call from the referee. He's taking yellows. Phil Harrison on yellows. Singles, it's the number 2 seed that got through, Barbara Taylor, and of course Sharon James knocked out the number 1 seed defending champion Amy Bierkamp in a nail biter. It was right down to the last frame. It was very exciting. But here, I think we've still got a match on our hands here, because Josh Kane has still got plenty of fight in him. Phil Harrison, of course, calculated, very cool. I hardly ever see him flustered, just a little grimace of annoyance occasionally, but I wouldn't say he gets flustered. Brilliant temperament for playing this game. Doesn't matter what the score is. He knows that to play well you need to be cool, calculated, a smooth cueing action, and you don't have a smooth cueing action if you start to build tension. It's a big lesson for, young players don't have too much tension, but as we get older, lots of things seem to be able to create it. So Phil Harrison here is on the yellow balls. Of course, this is still from the break. Josh hasn't been able to approach the table yet in this frame, after he won the previous previous frame. Excellent to have been able to disturb that ball, but unfortunately I think he's sitting right on that yellow. So it's going to prevent him from being able to continuing this this pot out, because he's been just potting one ball after another after the break. It's a race to 10. So for the loser it's the third finish. Prize money for third. And of course, speaking of prize money, these players, including one of the tournaments that players were able to attend in Birmingham prior to these championships. They've been playing for a total of £70,000. Between that tour event, the Masters and this World Championship. Josh Kane, let's see if he can muster up a famous clearance here. Very exciting. Seems to be able to create something out of nothing. He's playing against one of the Masters in Phil Harrison. Josh Kane, very pensive. He knows it's a serious end of the match here, and he has to stop the Phil Harrison run for the finish line. So now he's got the red in the top right hand pocket. Red that he can play to the bottom right hand pocket. He's going to take that one up the top first. So he's playing left-handed here. I just want to sort of play with his right. Probably ambidextrous as well, this sort of talent. Josh Kane came through the qualifiers, these World Championships. So he's potted that ball and screwed back into the red to promote it off the cushion, and unfortunately he doesn't like the position there, because he would have liked to get on that red near the middle of the table and pot in the bottom left hand pocket. So he's got to play, he's got a plant on here, but it's not a very nice one. Not sure if he'll take it on. He's having a good look at that red in the middle there, in case maybe with a little bit of work he can get the... He's still taking it on, so it must be pottable. Soon see. It certainly is. So he's delicately played it. He's played a beautiful shot there. I'm not sure. He looked disappointed initially when he got that position, but then all of a sudden he's had a second look at it, and the whole thing looked in a different light. Whether he put a little bit of work on that white, I'm not sure. But he may have. So now he's got this red next to the black that he can make disappear into the pocket. So he'll be concentrating really hard here. He'd love to keep pegging back frames against Phil. He was 4 frames down. He's managed to get one back. So he would have said to himself, this is where I've got to make a move. I can't let him win any more frames. So Josh Kane, that's his second to last red. Another red into bottom right hand pocket. It'll be nicely into that black in the middle. No, he prefers to just gently screw back to put the black in the bottom left hand pocket. Maybe he doesn't like middle pockets. So Josh Kane draws a little bit closer to Phil Harrison. Josh Kane 5 trails Phil Harrison 7 in a race to 10 in this best of 19 frame men's individual semi-final here at the 2018 World Championships, the Imperial Hotel here in years. Wonderful venue. The staff absolutely know exactly what's required for these World Championships. They excellent leading into the championships, and always serve us with a smile while we're here, and it works very well for us. Two beautiful rooms for facilitating our tables, and excellent facilities and accommodation for those of us staying here. Josh would be feeling a little bit better. He was trailing by 4 frames. He's managed to pull back 2, and he's got the break. So I think the score needs to be corrected to read 5-7. And also it was Josh Kane that broke the balls, and nothing down. So the screen is still set for the previous frame. We can have that corrected, please. Of course, this live stream brought to you by WPF Live Stream. Our producer Yvonne Armitage, who does a wonderful job, assisted by Steve Wright. Phil Harrison at the table. I believe that score needs to be corrected. The score's 5-7. So Phil Harrison just put a red ball there. So at this stage we seem to have lost contact with monitoring of the screen. The score's being corrected. Thank you. So that is a correct score now. Josh Kane 5 and Phil Harrison 7, and you can see there that the break ball has been placed on the correct player that broke, and now the denomination of who's on what is correct as well. Phil Harrison on the reds. You see the red colour next to Phil Harrison's name, and the yellow next to Josh Kane. So live streaming has come a long way. Technology is an amazing thing, and enables us to get this picture into homes all over the world. I'm sure there's still some watching in Australia, because this is top level pool. People love watching this standard of pool. There's no doubt it's some of the best pool played in the world. Phil Harrison, the number 2 seed, is one of those players that can produce it. Josh takes an 8-5 lead in this semi-final against Josh Kane of England. Both these players from England. Josh Kane coming through the qualifiers and Phil Harrison, the number 2 seed. So, can Josh Kane come back again? Can he surge a run? Now, Phil Harrison is going to be breaking. So, he's just had a big frame where he's managed to rest the ascendancy after Josh Kane had won back 2 frames. And Phil Harrison, in fact, has only got 2 frames to get to the finish line. This men's semi-final, where they're playing for a spot in the grand final tomorrow against the defending champion McHugh, where the winner becomes world champion for 2018. So, Phil Harrison, this premier event for 2018, the men's singles, takes his white to the traditional left side of the walk line, hits the head ball. White stays up. I think it's a dry break this time. Opportunity for Josh Kane. Opportunity for Josh Kane to come in with a dry break and then the break in the next frame. Let's see if he can capitalise. Seen that for a while. See one of these players miss a ball that they were trying to pot. So it's still an open table. We're seeing Phil Harrison come back. Harrison back to the table after he dry break, but his opponent missed with the first shot. So Phil Harrison's got an opportunity here that he didn't think he would have. He's potted the red balls. He's going to run this red down the rail to the bottom right hand pocket. And that he certainly does. Great authority, and then he's got a plant. He's got that close red can be planted onto the red over the left pocket. And likewise, there's a plant on that red on the right side onto the red over the now it's the left bottom pocket of the screen. So you can see both plants there quite clearly from this aerial view. To see which one. There's also a direct pot that can be played, and that's on the left side. That red nearest the white bottom, if that's the one that he's going for, that will go in directly. So he doesn't need to play the plant on that. So you see that, saw that go past. And he'll probably clear this pocket. I'd say he'd fancy himself to go out here. Perturb him. So they've had many a great tussle over the years. So he's a bit uncomfortable because he's stretching here, trying to get his balance, even though he's stretching. So now plant, so I was calling the plant, but he got to a point there where he was able to fit through the yellow and the red. So here he'll be able to pot into the middle and run through, leave himself on that final red into the... he might be short. I might have left him short on the position here, and look, in annoyance, he's just turned away from the table. It's still very potable. In fact, might as well just go up the top of the table, top left. So the way he got annoyed, I thought, this is the end of it, but it's not that bad at all. There we go, straight in, and straight on the black to the top left. Phil Harrison, 9 frames to 5 against Josh Kane. 1 frame off that spot in the grand final tomorrow to play for a world title. So what can Josh Kane give here? You couldn't blame him if he was feeling a little bit despondent, but he's got to be positive here. He's made his way to this semi-final, which is amazing, out of the qualifiers. He's put up a good showing against Phil Harrison, and at the moment, in fact, he is still in this match. He's got the break in a minute. And it's a great credit to him. He's got to be very proud of his achievement here. So he approaches the table. It's a big break on the second ball, and he's got a yellow into the middle. So the break certainly worked for him on that occasion. He's got yellows all potable. Of course, reds are all potable as well, so let's see which ones he takes. Going reds by the looks. Gone reds and played a plant. Wow. But reds are the better pot out. So he's got that red into the bottom middle pocket there, which I'm sure that's the one that he's taking. He's going to have the red into the same pocket. Looks like there's going to be a series of pots into middle pockets here. Go into the middle pocket. He may have run a little bit further than what he would have liked, but he's got the red on the right of that white into the bottom right if he wants. Just depends on preference here. He's still got a red into the middle here, to the bottom middle pocket, in which case he would stun back to pot the red into the middle pocket. See what he does first. And of course he's got a red that can go into the top middle pocket as well. So he's obviously taking his time here. It's a bit unusual, the delay between shots. It's normally quicker to the table when he's on a pot out. This is the pressure end of the match. You got Phil sitting on 9 frames and only 1 away from winning this match. Josh Kane. Here he goes. He's going to take that red to the bottom right hand pocket first. And play it off, so he's going to have to take the red into the opposite middle pocket first, I would say. He's going to leave the red near the black for last, I suspect, because it'll be the last ball he plays before the black, the fact that it's up that end. Just nicely played off there. red was. And he's jawed that red. And you see where the white finished, he would have been on black straight into the top right hand pocket. That's all it takes, just a slight lapse in concentration, and you miss what seemed to be the easiest of shots. It even happens at this level with these class players. You'd be really disappointed with that. By now the referee should be racking up the balls for the next frame. Instead, he's still got work to do, because Phil's not just going to hand this frame over on a plate. He's playing for a spot in the final. So he's played that brilliantly. I think he thought he was going to pot it there for a minute. But I think if it had gone, he would have taken it as well. It looked like he was just playing a snooker, but in the end he even looked disappointed that the ball didn't pop. Anyway, he's got that pocket covered, which prevents the black from going in there, whereas it did before. Be interested to see how much cover. Might get it. There we go. Here's the aerial shot. No, that black's not going in that bottom right hand pocket. So Phil Harrison managed to achieve that by that double. So it's a great shot. He got a snooker plus covered this pocket. That's what world champions do. So now Josh Kane is going to try and pull out a double of some sort. Whoa, yellow and black cross paths, but the black and the white ball cross paths, and of course the cue ball has finished up in off, and you can see it back to baulk for Phil Harrison. Is this the match? So he's taken that ball into the top right. I'm not even going to try and call this. It's up to Phil Harrison how he wants to pot these balls, but as you can see, they're all there. We know he's quite capable of potting. We don't need to commentate how he's going to do it. And of course, these last four balls in the black for a spot in the final against Mick Hill tomorrow. Lovely shot. The next shot on yellows. So Josh played a great break in this frame, and he just let it slip by must have been just a slight drop in concentration. So Phil getting on with the business. He's got this yellow bottom right hand corner, yellow into the middle. He's left himself on that black top right hand corner. Phil Harrison, the number 2 seed. And he takes that black into the top right hand corner, and he defeats Josh Kane 10 frames to 5 in this men's individual semi-final at the 2018 World Championships played here at the Imperial Hotel in Blackpool, England. Phil Harrison to meet Mick Hill for a big showdown tomorrow to see who's going to be crowned World Champion 2018. So that's it from me for the time being. Stay tuned, because there's going to be plenty more action the rest of the day. This is Joe Fanto signing off from this men's semi-final Cheerio for now, ladies and gentlemen and viewers from wherever you've been watching around the world. Good bit of camaraderie between the two guys. Josh Kane put up a great performance. This match was, they jostled, shared frames in the early stages. We saw some spectacular attempts to pot out by Josh in the early stages, but Phil Harrison stayed cool, calm and collected right through the match and took control, winning 10-5. Cheerio for now. We'll be back very soon.